Hello, what is up? So I did finally get around to testing out ray tracing with actually FSR Ray Regeneration on, because before I did know there was something up because I didn't think it was working properly. But this is the zombies map, so it's in the practice mode, just so I could check it out with no interference. So it's available in zombies, it's available in multiplayer online, but not in the campaign mode. So I did find that very weird. I mean, I didn't think for 1 second that it wouldn't be available offline. But whatever, hopefully it should be enabled in the future update. So I thought I'd look at some reflections in the water. So what I've noticed here is that light is a lot brighter when I'm looking at the reflections in this puddle here in the water, and it just looks sharper. But the biggest difference is actually when I look at some other puddles. Now I'm using the performance mode, and I did see that I'm actually losing about 7 FPS on this. So I did actually play an entire match using FSR 4 quality on multiplayer, and I was just about getting 60 FPS average. My counter said it was like an average of 62 FPS. So it's playable, but then obviously online you want more FPS. So I don't see people using it online, but as you can see it is a lot worse with the default denoiser. That is totally breaking up if you're looking at the puddle in this part. So it's definitely making a difference. It's just definitely a lot more realistic as soon as you enable FSR Ray Regeneration. So as far as the technology goes, it is great. I think it's going to be massive for AMD. I'm just totally. It's very easy to see a difference when you turn it off and on, switching from the default denoiser. I mean, it's very clear here. It's just a lot more realistic, and it looks pretty bad with the default denoiser. So I can't wait for it to come into other games actually, where it's just a bit more practical. I mean, with see here, it just looks a bit more blurry. It's almost like a lower resolution, and then it's just all breaking up in the puddles. But we need it in games like Alan Wake 2, where, I mean, I've got it on performance mode. That would be fine in a game like Alan Wake, like an offline game, but I just don't understand why anyone would use it in Black Ops 7 when you want over 100 FPS. So, I mean, I'd say if you want to use it online, just use performance mode, and then, although it's definitely playable on FSR 4 quality, but then obviously you want more. You want as much FPS as you can get, at least closer to 100 FPS. So yeah, I mean, in zombies, I guess it could be alright using it if you go performance mode. I've noticed in this zombies campaign, it was a bit heavier actually when I was using FSR 4 quality. But I would say balanced at 1440p. I mean, I'm using ultra wide, so it is actually heavier than the standard 1440p. So that's all subjective, but yeah, I have to say, in an online shooter, it's not exactly the best case scenario to have a. I mean, ray tracing on this game is actually too heavy anyway for just reflections. So in terms of the denoiser, it's only like 2 FPS heavier than the default denoiser. So that's amazing to me that it looks so much better. So as far as the technology goes, it is very, very good. So at least it gets the technology out there for AMD for people to test it. I mean, so you just want it in other games. So in my previous video, it was very noisy. So it was obviously, it wasn't using ray tracing, and I didn't find that out until someone told me. So obviously I knew it weren't working. I mean, I could have, if I was an AMD shoe, I would have just said it looked great regardless. But no, I always tell the truth on this channel. So, and I wasn't impressed. So I'm just ready for it to come in other games now. So I think the plan could be possibly to. I don't know if it'll work through Adrenaline, but I know it will work with the FSR 3.1.4 file. I think I read ages ago. So it should be. There must be a plan for it. And the great thing is you can go performance mode, and I haven't noticed any loss of quality actually looking at the reflections in the water with FSR Ray Regeneration. So it's probably worth it just to go performance, just to get better reflections anyway. Although I think, as I said in this game, reflections, the ray tracing is too heavy for me just to have reflections. But that's literally just this game. It's just a bad implementation really of ray tracing. Although it looks good, but it runs too heavy. I'd like to see it in games like First Descendant, possibly some other games. So it's like ray reconstructions in for NVIDIA. So yeah, it would look great for AMD. So it's very positive. So that's it for me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.